Hello there, everyone, and welcome to this week's episode of JuPodRe. I'm not quite sure how to describe this week's episode, so rather than mincing words and getting it wrong, I'm going to tell you to just look for that conversational podcast with absolutely no roadmap style of JuPodRe. Hello, everyone. Welcome to this episode of JuPodRe, the conversational podcast with absolutely no roadmap. I am Juhadre.
I'm Alvatross17.
And I'm Blien.
Welcome back to the show, everybody. It's good to see you again.
You too?
We don't see anybody.
Well, I see you on the call and on the cameras and stuff. I see you.
It always, every time somebody says it, it's good to see you again. It's like, wait. It sounds like you're talking to the audience. Like, hey, it's good to see you. Like, you can't see me.
Well,
anyway,
then
I'm done.
I will say that we're glad to have everyone, watching and listening and everything like that. That is good to have. So,
yep.
I have a question for you guys. It's weird that 2 weeks in a row I have a question about Snow White, but this one is a little bit different.
Do you have a thing for Snow White?
I do not, but that can actually be another conversation. Let's come back to that in a little bit. Remind me. I'm serious. Remind me. I'll talk about this. But first, in every story of Snow White, there are dwarves and they have a mine and they're mining their stuff and they have to go to work. What do they do with what they mine? Like, is that explained anywhere? What they do with the gems they mine, to whom they sell them, what they do with the money after they do. Like, what is it? Is it real?
I wouldn't. No, I didn't. I was so young, I didn't think about it.
So, I believe in the original Fairy Tale Grimm version, they also had a mine.
Mm-hmm.
And before the current queen, the king paid them to mine, but the current queen, the evil queen, said, "We're not paying you for that. You're dwarves. We'll pay humans for that." So something along those effects. I could be totally wrong, but I think there was something along those lines in the Fairy Tales Grimm.
That wasn't read in the telling I heard. But I don't know. It was just an interesting thought. How many times have we heard the story, and it seems like a pretty important detail? I know we've bored Alvatross already because you don't care.
Yeah, I'm not interested. I don't. I just don't care. I mean, if you want to go like the Hobbit dwarfs, they kept all their stuff.
Well, right, and that's a big part of that story is they got sick because they were so
lustful for gold,
for their own gold, though. Yeah, I want to say there's a word, overly possessive of their own stuff and not willing to share and all of that. I don't know how else to describe it, but yeah, that was a big story point in The Hobbit and The Lord of the Rings.
I've kind of always known dwarfs to just love gold. So
yeah,
I want to keep it. I don't know.
That is a general trend in folklore and fantasies. They just love gold.
Okay, so then we can go back to your other question, Albatross. Do I have a thing for Snow White? The answer is no. But
wait, the cartoon version or the new version off of that Netflix show? What's it called that they have going on for it? That my wife watches. Your wife watches it too.
I wouldn't know.
Oh, I know what you're talking. Once Upon a Time?
I don't know. I avoid it.
Anyway, the answer is still no. Snow White holds nothing for me. However, I am a big Sleeping Beauty fan.
Really?
100%.
Blien, who's your old-time crush?
Little Mermaid.
I was gonna say the same thing, Little Mermaid, but now as an adult, I'm like, she's got a huge forehead.
Yeah.
Seriously, like the way her hair moves, you're just like, her forehead is flipping huge.
Okay, so then, if not the Little Mermaid, whom?
If I had to choose now, oh man, I haven't watched any Disney movies lately, so Princess Leia.
No, doesn't count.
Come
Disney
on
franchise. No, I know. If we're going Disney cartoon character, I don't know.
You don't have
I don't know now.
You don't necessarily need an answer. It's just I think this is a lot of fun because I stand by my Sleeping Beauty comment. I think she's great. In fact, when I was a kid, I actually had a poster of her in my room over my bed. I'm not joking.
Blien, can you attest to this?
I cannot.
I think that's one place you never went, Blien. You never made it to my room in my parents' house.
That was a thing my parents taught us, is your room is a place to sleep. It's not a place for guests or to play.
That's fair.
Oh, see, that's funny because my parents raised me the opposite. Go to your damn room. We did everything in our room. Like even the family room, we weren't allowed to use the TV. Dad used the TV. Nobody else used it. Like, yeah.
Well, there you go.
It wasn't a family room.
No.
So I mean, so as a teenager, my parents said, go to your room until you're ready to come out. I wasn't ready to come out.
So you just stayed in there the whole time?
I just stayed in my room.
All right.
I had everything I wanted. Bed, clothing, television, and the big thing for a teenager, I had an RCA boombox.
Nice.
No,
oh, yeah.
It was a boombox, not a stereo, a boombox. One of the ones that you see like in those shows where they carry. Yeah, I had one of those.
Took 16 D-sized batteries to carry it around.
I think mine was 12 if you didn't have it plugged in. Mine had the option to plug it in.
That's good. I never had one of those. I had a little stereo. It was about this big, I think. We're talking, 8 inches wide, about a foot long. It was blue, kind of. Crap, now that I'm thinking about it, it was almost heart-shaped. Just without the cut in the top, that actually makes it a heart. You
had a poster of of Sleeping Beauty in your room and a heart-shaped stereo.
Yeah. And it was blue. Like to add it to it, it wasn't ideal.
And you called me gay for wanting to buy a belt that matched my
No. Now there is a difference here. I did not say you were. I said that was the gayest thing I've heard you say. There is a difference.
True, but it's just funny.
Well, so Blien, back me up here. If you heard Alvatross say these words, "This is the belt I ordered with this buckle specifically because it matches a pair of shoes
for church."
You didn't say that.
Yes, I did.
Afterward.
No, you cut me off and I was saying for church. You cut me off at work.
I was giggling and you looked at me. I waited until you were done.
It was hilarious.
Yeah.
A belt, I can understand. If he said he bought a shirt to match his shoes, that's what crosses the line.
Okay, but here's my point. Buying one belt for 1 day a week to match one pair of shoes. That's what's weird.
3 belts now.
Okay.
And 2 pairs of shoes.
That's too many. That's too many combinations.
No. It's great. Because I have multiple pairs of pants for church too.
You're proving my point.
No.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
All right, let's let the listeners. Is it wrong to have more than one pair of shoes and a belt?
I didn't say wrong. I said what I'm saying is to have a belt for a pair of shoes. That's the only time you wear them.
No.
That's what you were saying. You have this to match your church shoes, which you only wear to church. That's 1 for 1. That's weird to me, and that is the gayest thing I've heard you say. That's my point.
I wore those same shoes to a wedding.
Church, wedding, same thing, but you have a single belt that goes with a single pair of shoes. That's what I'm saying.
2 belts to go with that pair of shoes now.
Then why did you buy another belt?
Because I wanted another belt.
You're just proving my point. Blien, help me.
How's it gay to want something else? There's nothing gay about that.
On this, you're polar opposites, and I'm not going to say either one's right because it's just fun to listen to this.
And not only that, again, I'm not calling you gay. That's not the point. I said it's the gayest thing I've heard you say.
What is gay about it?
In the old-fashioned, homophobic, quote-unquote, way of thinking how I grew up in the 90s, it's too fashion-specific.
Cool. Welcome to 2020.
I don't want to be here. Nobody wants to be in 2020.
Well, then leave.
I can't.
We're in 2020. I have 3 belts. And
month
2 pairs of
you can
nice
leave.
shoes. Hey, I still only have 1 pair of daily shoes.
Okay.
As long as I have less shoes than my wife and less belts, I'm happy.
Okay, and that's great. But I need to make it clear that I'm not calling you gay, and I don't ever want to be accused of that again. But I did say that thing you said was the gayest thing you've said.
I disagree.
With me around? Question mark?
That being the gayest thing I've ever said.
Well, okay, that I have heard. I will add that caveat too, because that's what I've said.
I will pose that you're wrong on that, Juhadre.
Let's hear it.
You said JuPodRe, damn it, not Juhadre.
No, I said Juhadre.
Whatever, go ahead.
I happen to know you've been around when has said... Pause, strike that. When Alvatross has said things around my current roommate, Moose, just to freak him out.
But he's a homophobe. That's completely different.
But Juhadre has heard it.
I wouldn't consider that the same thing. I think that's different. I agree with Alvatross on that one.
Hold on. Yeah, I'm trying to figure out what things I have said around him because I say a lot of things because he's a homophobe.
Mm-hmm.
And it's just really entertaining.
And see, that's the difference. Is it's meant to make someone else, kind of shudder a little bit, and it's a joke, whereas the other one was serious. And that's the difference.
Well, I'm not laughing.
Well, you did when you said whatever Blien is referencing to Moose.
Oh yeah, that's a different.
Yeah,
it's not me.
I think we're all trying to say the same thing right now, but we're in a kind of a tension mode.
No, I'm completely calm.
I'm good.
Then
so moving on.
So moving on, let's go back to the Moose thing. This is funny. Okay. This guy's such a homophobe that me and my buddy Liquid, I didn't use the name, Liquid, Moose was sitting on the couch and we sat on either side of him. Now, I have no problem with anybody that is gay. No problem. But this guy's a homophobe and it was hilarious. All we did was put our hands on his leg, right above his knee. He left for the weekend. He couldn't come home. He was so uncomfortable. He left home and went to his parents' house for the weekend. He was so uncomfortable.
That's pretty funny.
And then the next time we actually got a gay roommate and Moose didn't know that he was gay. Again, I have no problem. Moose didn't come home for a week because he had to process, I have a gay roommate. He's just always been I don't know what his problem is. It's so funny. He left for a week.
That's unfortunate.
It's hilarious.
Well, also, yes. So I'm trying to think of something else that we can continue to talk about. I've seen quite a few weird things this week, but I don't want to do a repeat of another week where I had something that I thought would be fun to talk about and then you guys had nothing really to add. So
okay. I got something.
What's that?
This is mysterious. So randomly I come home yesterday from work and there's randomly 2 packs of Shasta just sitting at the base of my stairs.
When did this happen?
Yesterday.
You weren't at work yesterday.
Sorry, when I came home from my errands yesterday. You're right. I wasn't at work.
Okay.
Correction. I came home yesterday around, it was probably 9:30, and they were just at the bottom of my stairs. They were there all day up until I got my fridge yesterday. Just sitting there. I have no idea where they went.
They they just appeared and then just disappeared, huh?
But I'm leaving out the weirdest part. So to give more clarity, the boxes were tattered and torn and looked just gross. It was something that a store would probably like, we're not going to sell this. The item's still good. All the cans were still there. Kids were playing outside yesterday, but nobody was touching them. And when I say bottom of the stairs, like it's like somebody left them there, walked in their apartment and just forgot them. But they were there from about 9:30, because that's when I saw them, till at least 3:30. All tattered and torn. They didn't get thrown away. The trash can was emptied before I left for my yesterday, and I went and threw out so much trash from that refrigerator.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
No.
Do you think no one touched it because it was Shasta?
Probably. Shasta's nasty.
It's not great.
No. Shasta. What is Shasta the one that makes Dr. Thunder? Or no, Dr. Thunder makes Dr. Thunder.
Mr. Pibb?
No, Mr. Pibb's its own thing.
Then I'm not sure.
What is Shasta's version of Dr. Pepper?
I don't know.
I'm gonna look it up after this. I'm gonna have to look it up after this.
So have you guys ever seen someone in the drive-thru eating food from another place?
Yes.
The day I quit McDonald's, I went home, grabbed my roommates, we grabbed Burger King, and then I walked into McDonald's, handed them my uniform, and sat down and ate Burger King in the lobby.
I've seen it in the lobbies. Blien, you've seen it in a drive-thru?
Yeah.
I was in line the other day for lunch at a Carl's Jr., and I looked in my rear view, and a dude popped what looked like a fry in his mouth, and he was in line to purchase food at the Carl's Jr.
Okay, when I was in college, we used to do that all the time. We'd go get burgers at one restaurant and fries from a different one.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Like you alone?
No, just like we would do it in a group. We'd have my roommate had an old Astro van, the same thing that Admin Anonymous drives.
Yeah.
And we'd all pile in it and just go to like each restaurant and just get like certain foods because it was really good. Like one time I got Baconator from Wendy's, but then we went up the road to Arctic Circle to get the Smiley fries.
Ah, yes.
Extra crispy.
Mm-hmm.
And then we went to Scone Cutter and we got Krispy Kreme and we got donuts.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I don't know. It was weird to me because I can understand doing that like as a group of friends or, to get a different experience, but like you're in line at a fast food place where you're probably going to get fries and then you eat a fry. And I don't know. It was weird to me. I thought it would confuse or spark a little bit more curiosity or discussion. But nothing, huh? You got not impressed?
The weirdest thing's fascinating.
Yeah, well, I'm boring.
Yeah. I would very much disagree with the fact that you're boring.
So then
it's entertaining what you find entertaining, and the rest of us are on the sidelines going,
then what about this? What about this?
Blien, back me up, right?
No.
Okay. I saw a guy going through an intersection on a scooter, like the Vespa scooter, right?
Like what we consider a moped.
Yeah.
Okay.
Without a helmet on, but he was wearing a mask. No glasses, no visor, no helmet, but a mask.
Like one of the face masks, like what we wear for COVID, or like a motorcycle face mask.
Nope. It was what most people call a surgical mask. It's just that blue and white one that you can pick up anywhere.
I'm gonna be honest, that would be a little funny to watch.
Yeah.
He just
was he in scrubs?
He was not. He was in what I want to.
That's even worse.
Yeah, cargo shorts and a hoodie, I think. I don't know. It's like, Kate, so you're so worried about your health and safety that you're going to wear this mask even when you're not around any people, no contact with anyone. Probably the relatively safest you can be from this virus, but you won't wear a helmet. That makes no sense to me and makes me really wonder about this guy's life. And that's nothing for anybody else, and that makes me really sad. I think that's hilarious and weird.
Yeah, I hate wearing masks. I take masks off as soon as I can.
Oh yeah, as soon as I get out of that door, it's off.
When this is all over, I want to burn my masks.
I'm gonna put mine in a box that just is named 2020, open in emergency.
Open in emergency. I like that. I can get behind that.
Yeah, and probably the bottle of hand sanitizer that smells really disgusting. That's on my desk.
Yeah, the tequila.
Oh no, they got rid of that one.
smell?
This one smells. The new one smells nice.
Does it?
The new one smells because it's got aloe vera. It's not that the rubbing alcohol you'd find in some wood varnishes that we originally got.
I want to say you have those confused. The aloe vera one is the one that smells bad, I think.
Is that the one that's one of them smells, but maybe I just got used to the smell.
I don't know. But the aloe vera, I can't do the aloe vera kind.
There's one of them that we opened up our entire team. And we're just like, that smells like really cheap vodka.
Wasn't it tequila?
I smelled vodka.
Okay.
I smelled vodka.
I don't know the difference between alcohols mostly, but what I do know is tequila is made from a plant that looks very similar to aloe vera.
Mm-hmm.
So that's what I thought maybe it was, but it could be vodka for sure. They're all the same to me.
I can tell you right now, vodka, most people agree with this. A bad vodka just tastes like what hairspray smells like.
Oh, that's awful.
I know.
No wonder you see people just like gasping and
grimacing.
Yeah, because seriously, every time I try a really cheap vodka tastes exactly what hairspray smells like. You're just like, oh. That's why you always see people like chaser. Mm-hmm. That's exactly what it is.
All right.
And then peach schnapps tastes just like Peachos candy.
Like Peachos? Oh, okay.
Like Peachos.
I had to say it out loud to imagine what that was.
That's exactly what peach schnapps tastes like.
All right. So yeah, I think that right now you have the aloe vera flavor on your desk because we had to get rid of the other one.
I have one of them. One of them, yeah. They both smell bad. It smells like rubbing. It smells like alcohol.
Yeah. And I don't agree with you. Rubbing alcohol and hand sanitizer aren't the greatest smells. Okie dokie, guys. What do you think? We move on to What the F?
I have a good one this week.
Today's episode is brought to you by Virtual Performance. Via the internet, they provide personal fitness training, meal planning, and coaching.
Which is important for staying healthy. Virtual Performance will not only help develop your physical strength and endurance, but also your mental fortitude. This will improve your life and your gaming skills.
Even the professional gamers have training regimens. That means the rest of us need one too if we're going to get as good as they are. So, find Virtual Performance online at trainingvp.com, on social media at TheTrainingVP on both Twitter and Instagram, or send them an email, info@trainingvp.com.
Okay, so moving on to What the F segment. Last week we had, again, 3 nominations. We had I'm gonna turn left. We had Unsynced and Just Click the Button. So, to be honest, if I voted, I would have voted for Just Click the Button. I hate the DMV. Like I don't have bad luck there, but I always plan for the worst. But that one for sure did win. Hands down. So far, anything with the DMV has just won by a landslide.
Do you think that's because everyone hates the DMV, or do you think it's actually the better story?
I don't know. What if we just posted DMV on there? Probably look at even the story.
People they won't even
DMV click.
They won't even listen to the episode. They'll just be like, DMV wins.
Yeah. Okay. So DMV won. So Blien, you get to go first, or you get to pick who goes first.
I will go first. Mine is a good one that has never happened to me before.
Okay.
So I decided to go get one of my favorite Chili's restaurant foods for dinner last night.
Chicken and waffles.
Yes. And no.
Yes. Damn.
It's the honey chicken chipotle. Whatever they call it.
The honey chipotle chicken tenders that are stacked on waffles with a jalapeno on there. Yeah. But it is chicken and waffles.
Yeah, I just didn't get the waffles. I got fries instead.
Ah.
So
Okay.
I ordered that. I did the 3 for $5, so I got a drink and some sides and other stuff with it. I go wait in my car for it to be delivered, and the first thing I see when goes through my head when I see the bag is, I didn't order that much food, but he just hands it all to me, and I'm like, sweet. And I set it down. I check the receipt. The receipt's right, so I proceed to drive home.
Oh no.
I get home. I've got my chips and salsa. I do have my honey chipotle chicken tenders. I have my fries and an extra bag of wings. Buffalo wings.
And
For the win. I think they gave me it either accidentally or I waited a while for them, so they might have just been like, hey, let's give him some of these. I don't know.
That's a win. That's a win.
I got 6 extra wings, brought them home. Just like, yes. So
I like that.
I was really happy.
That that little gif of the baby at like the stadium going,
Yeah.
it's just in my head. It's like, yeah.
What do you
What do you want to call that? Winged
I'm
it?
gonna defer to you guys. I haven't.
I think we already used winged it.
Maybe. Could it be? Dude, I don't know.
Surprise.
I can accept that. I think surprise is pretty good.
Surprise. Oh, I spelled that wrong. Okay, Blien, who do you want to go next?
You said yours was good, really good, so I'm gonna go with Juhadre.
All right. So this one is about a friend of ours. We've talked about him a lot on the podcast. We've had a lot of adventures with him, and stuff like this happens quite a lot. I'm going to nominate Alvatross. Yeah,
wait.
Uh-huh.
Me.
Because this is at least the 3rd time you have told me a story and not followed your own advice of save it for the podcast. To which I have called dibs for the what the F, and so I'm nominating you for doing it yet again.
Okay, I'm behind you now. I got it.
For longtime listeners, you'll know that at least twice I have come with a story that Alvatross then had to further explain because he told me the story and didn't claim it for his What the F nomination. And the other day, yes,
I wasn't gonna claim this one because this story was in my opinion the better choice, but I agree this one was hella claimable.
So he told me the story and I said dibs, and his reaction was,
what? Damn it!
That one. It was that
Okay.
one. So
would you like me to tell the story?
I think it would be better, but my nomination is Alvatross, save it for the podcast.
I will try to fit all that in there.
If you can't, just
okay.
Go ahead.
Here's the damn story. Shall we name this person? I'm pretty sure the person in the middle of my screen, Blien, is going to figure out who this is immediately.
Why not? Let's leave it a mystery. Go ahead.
Okay. So one of my buddies decided to text me and say, hey man, how's work? I said, oh, it's good. How are you doing? He says, oh, not too bad. My car got broken into. Yep. Blien knows exactly who it is. Just look at the face. Just like, yep. Okay. So I said, okay, have you called the police? He says, no, I cleaned up the mess first. And I'm like, why? Now to go back, because I know Discord cuts it out, I yelled, why? Why would you clean up the mess before you called the police, you dumbass? I didn't say dumbass. I said, why? Why wouldn't you call the police? Well, I did. So I'm going to keep this long of a story, this long. He cleaned up the mess and then told the landlord that his car had been broken into. I asked him, wait, why are you telling the landlord? That's not the landlord's property. That's not his job. This is the job for the police, who are the authorities, who this is their job. And he goes, I know. I said, so why you should call the police? He goes, duh. I'm like, I just dropped the subject. Actually, you know what? I'm going to read the conversation. I have it. Okay. Where are you, you dumbass? Okay, let's read this. Okay. So I'm going to start out where he said, someone broke into my car, went through my glove box and center console, and took my bag I take to work every day. I don't see anything missing except my bag, but I am not sure if they took anything like personal information. The registration is still in my car. I said, dude, that sucks. Did you report it to the police? He says, no, I cleaned up the car before I thought about calling them. I didn't text them back yet. I turned to Juhadre, who sits behind me, and I let him have, not towards him, but I vented towards him. To him. And then I proceeded to say, to him. I said, that was dumb. Always call them first. What did the police say? Did they break your window? He says, I never called them. I went to the landlord. No, they did not. I said, landlord can't do much, but the authorities can. That's the police officer's job. He goes, they opened the door by shoving something in the door, but I cleaned everything up, and it was not the first case in the complex. I said, should have called the police. He says, duh. But as I said, it's too late now. I said, oh, well, can you still drive your car? Yes. And then I dropped it because I was just like, you're an idiot. Call the police. You don't clean up the mess and then not call the police and just tell the landlord. You call the police.
So there it is. Save it for the podcast.
And then Juhadre decides to go, dibs. And I said, damn it.
It was even before the I haven't told them yet. It was before that. Before he even mentioned before he mentioned going to the landlord, I said dibs, and then I got the rest of the story, and it just kept getting better and better.
I will never not be friends with this person because he's a really awesome friend. He's a good person. His heart is in the right place. His brain is not.
But there's my nomination.
If this person is listening, yes, you're an idiot. You're my best friend, but you're still a dumbass. My gosh.
I'm just going to say you weren't the only one telling him that exact same thing.
What? Why did you not call the police? Why did you clean it up?
Yes.
Okay, moving on.
Yes, your turn.
So I wrote this down because my wife, so here's my story. My wife, she went to work. She was going to go stop and get a coffee on the way to work. She didn't because she saw the line and was like, I'm not going to go. Because her coworker gave her a gift card to Dutch Bros, which is new on 78. 78 right next to the Quick Quack Wash on the south side of Jordan Landing.
Yep.
Anyway, she didn't go. She's like, the line's long. I got to get it to work. No big deal. I was like, okay, it's up to you. She goes to work. And they had so much work to do the previous night that they had to stop and leave it for morning crew because they're only allotted a certain amount of time or hours per week. And so my wife had a lot to do, and she's just like, oh my gosh, I wish I would have got that coffee. Dang it. So she does some work, and before they open, she says, hey, because she's the manager, she says, I'm going to go get a coffee. I will be back. It's just down the road. She went to Beans and Brews, and then she calls me all excited, and she tells me that when she made her order, she drove up to the window to pay, and the lady that was in the car ahead of her had already paid for her drink.
Aww.
So my wife started out having a rough work day because she just had so much to do, and ended up finding out that the lady ahead of her, who she did not know at all or know who it was, because nobody told her. So if it was somebody she knew, we don't know. It's a mystery. Yeah, totally paid for my wife's coffee.
There you go.
I was like, wow, faith in humanity slightly restored.
Only slightly.
Our previous story really helped. No.
Yeah. That came after this story that you're nominating. Yes. It came after.
This story, my story happened on Friday. Yours happened. I don't even want to look at the text.
It was probably Monday because you weren't at work on Tuesday.
Yeah, you know what happened? It had to have been Monday. Yes. Yep. So, Blien, thank you for backing me up on that. But I love the guy. But yeah, anyway, yeah. So somebody paid for my wife's drink, and I think it's little acts of kindness like that help somebody out.
Yeah.
I agree. So that's my what the F. Like, oh, like positive what the F. Like, what the F. That was awesome.
Good work.
So the 3 nominations. Yeah.
2 were positive.
Huh?
2 were positive this week.
Was your I can't even remember your because you got extra food. You got the wings.
I got extra food.
Oh, surprise number 2.
There you go.
Okay. So my microphone is like right in front of my keyboard, so I can't see it. And so even though I can type without it, it's like throwing me off. So anyway, we have 3 nominations this week. We have surprise Alvatross 17 because I didn't call it. I had good reason though. I wanted a positive what the F this week, but you're right. That's the 3rd story I've given up because I've dropped the ball. And surprise number 2. Okay, I have a 2nd story, but I didn't want this to be that. So last story. I got a fridge yesterday, and I called Lowe's because, like, you know what? I've heard that Lowe's and Home Depot, and then they do tool rental, right? I call Lowe's. Please dial this number for this department. Keep going. It says, I click the department. Tool rental is one of the departments. Get there, just rings and rings. Then I goes to the operator. Lowe's operator. What department are you trying to reach? I said tool rental. She goes, oh, this location doesn't rent tools. I was like, okay. Hold on, Juhadre. Hold your laugh. It's going to get worse. I go, okay. What location this area does? She goes, St. George.
Really?
I proceeded to nicely say to this woman, I said, you should really remove that option from your menu. She goes, I agree. And then I was like, have a good day. And I just dropped
Oh my gosh.
I was so not happy. So not happy. Like, hey, let's put this option on there. But they only offer one location that does this, and it's in St. George.
My next question is, if the department doesn't exist, why do they have a line for it?
Exactly.
It should just automatically either take you to the operator, or there should be a message saying we don't do that, or it shouldn't be, like, you're right, it shouldn't even be an option. But if it
shouldn't have been an option.
Yeah, there shouldn't be a line.
It shouldn't have been an option.
Gosh.
But anyway, on a positive note, I was like, you know what? Screw this. I called my manager at my apartment complex and said, do you have an appliance sale? He goes, oh yeah, just come use it. And I said, woo, save myself $20.
There you
go. So, oh my gosh, that one was ridiculous. Anyway, I'm out of what the F moments. That's a lie. No, I'm not, but I'm going to stop there. So again, 3 nominations. Surprise, Alvatross 17. Surprise number 2.
So this poll will go up on Twitter after the episode airs. Please go ahead and vote on that. Send any of us a direct message. Send us an email, JuPodRePod@outlook.com. If you want to find a way to get a hold of us, you can use myslink.app/JuPodRe. And you can post your vote even on the YouTube video. Any way you can get your decision, your vote to us, let us know, and we will bring it up next week.
Yes. Now on to announcements.
Today's What the F moment was brought to you by Soesic Clothing. Soesic Clothing provides shirts, hoodies, hats, accessories, and even game codes. Cheaper than you can find them elsewhere at times. You can even customize the clothing with your gamer tag if you so desire. And the best part is, you can use code JuPodRe to get 15% off. That's right, 15% off. Use code JuPodRe, JuPodRe, at soesicclothing.co.
I have an announcement.
Okay.
Okay, we have discovered the JuPodRe team today that we have been saying it wrong. It is not soesicclothing.co anymore. It is soesiccgaming.com.
Yes.
Again, that's soesiccgaming.com. I don't know if they want us to tell you that, but when I click on the link that used to be soesicclothing.co, it goes to soesiccgaming.com, which is the same website, SOESIC gaming.com.
I'm going to update the Slink link and everything in the episode descriptions. But for the next 2 weeks or so, because we only have 3 episodes left in this season, everybody, it will continue to say soesicclothing.co in our little blurb after What the F.
It takes you to the same website still.
Exactly.
Because I did click on the link directly, and it does take you there. But I'm checking out their website again, and I mean, it's been updated, and it's still pretty easy to navigate. It's nice. The clothing. I mean, I'm looking at this guy that's just it just says Soesic Esports. The shirt looks nice. It fits well. I mean, the one next to him, it's got a giant logo on it. It looks awesome. They've got clothes for any gender.
I'm wearing my hat right now. Blien, are you wearing your shirt? Yeah.
I mean, it does say Soesic right on the front of the
I love
shirt.
it.
Yeah, but I know their website's easy to navigate. It's simple. It's not hard. It's not confusing, is what I'm trying to say. They have shirts, hoodies, hats, beanies. It's nice. I like it. So again, that's soesicgaming.com. Now, Soesic, if I'm still saying it wrong, and you did change it to Soesic.
I don't think so.
What? We're gonna get a message that says, "Oh, we did. Just don't tell Juhadre."
Yeah.
Or just tell him that. But yeah. Anyway, go check him out.
So then the next thing I do want to reiterate is that we've decided on 24 is our magic number for episodes in a season. This is episode 21, so there are only 3 left in season 3. So that means we're almost there to the end of the season, and then we're going to do changes like we do every season. So keep on listening, send us suggestions, things that you might want to see, because we have the next 3 weeks to plan that out and get that up and going.
What episode number is this?
21.
Okay.
Yep. 21. That's exciting, because this isn't the third time we've hit 21 episodes, because season 1 was only like 16, I think.
I'd have to go check back in the check.
Yeah, but basically this is the third. We're coming up on the end of season 3. It's been great. I think it's been really successful, but it's almost done. Oh no.
I agree. Awesome.
Do you guys have anything else?
Nope.
Alrighty, then I think that's going to do it for this week's episode of JuPodRe.
Bye, Podbanks.
Thanks to everybody who joined us today on JuPodRe. We hope you had a great time, and we hope you join us next week. Don't forget to follow us on social media. On Twitter, we are at JuPodRe, at Juhadre, at Alvatross17, at Blien with 3 N's, and at Rated R LLC. We also have Instagram. Just look up any of our ats or at JuPodRe. Or hit us up on our Slink link. It's myslink.app/JuPodRe. Don't forget to vote for What the F. We hope to see you next week, my podlings.